Black History Month vlog series day 2, The Origins of Christianity. Today's topic is about how African spirituality was stolen, repackaged and handed back to us in the form of mental slavery, the Bible. However, because the Bible was compiled using ancient manuscripts stolen from Kemet, it still contains a lot of truth. Genesis 15 verses 13 to 15 read, And the Lord said unto Abram, Know of a surety that thy seed shall be a stranger in a land that is not theirs, and shall serve them, and they shall afflict them 400 years. And also that nation whom they shall serve will I judge, and afterward shall they come out with great substance. And thou shalt go to thy fathers in peace. Thou shalt be buried in a good old age. I have interpreted the above scripture to mean that our ancestors were enslaved for 400 years, and we, their descendants, have ended up in a strange land, slaves to the system of white supremacy. But God has promised to judge our oppressors. We will receive our lost inheritance and return to our motherland in peace, where we will live to a ripe old age. The system of white supremacy is now crumbling, and it's time for us to reclaim our stolen inheritance. Their time is up, and they know it. King James, who commissioned the King James Version of the Bible, was nicknamed the wisest fool in Christendom. He wrote a mediocre book called Demonology, was a known homosexual who even had his wife killed. The Jesuits were paedophiles who presented themselves as holy men. In 2018, I read the book Of Water and Spirit by Malidoma Some. He had been captured by the Jesuits as a young boy from his village in Burkina Faso and was sexually abused while being indoctrinated into their religion. He escaped in his early 20s and found his way back to his village, but before he could be accepted, he had to undergo his rites of passage, which he had missed out on. But he was never the same again. These people are wolves in sheep's clothing, and that's putting it mildly. Now, I'm no way saying that all white men are wolves in sheep's clothing, but we must never forget what our ancestors endured, because it's part of our story and explains why we are the way we are today. As the Honourable Marcus Garvey said, a people who do not know their history are like a tree without roots. Today we're going to look into the history of Christianity, as it still plays a big part of black culture. Back in 2001, when I began my awakening, I questioned how there could be a father and a son, but no mention of a mother. To answer this question, we must first look into who created the Bible and for what purpose. During the Council of Nicaea, a group of over 300 white men decided what information from the stolen manuscripts would end up in their holy books. It took them 3 months to finally agree. When I asked about the mother, I was directed to Proverbs 8, verses 22 to 31, which said that wisdom is personified as a woman, and that wisdom was with God during the creation process, and that without wisdom, nothing was created. I also discovered that originally there was a father, mother, and son. In ancient Egyptian religion, Osar, Oset, and Heru were the original father, mother, and son, the Holy Trinity. Oset and Heru were often pictured together, the Divine Mother and her son. When Europeans stole the manuscripts from ancient Kemet and burned down their university, they used the stolen manuscripts to create new holy books and whitewashed all the characters. key knowledge that would enable us to evolve our souls and create heaven on earth was omitted and kept within the select few. Instead, these holy books were created to enslave the minds of the masses, primarily targeted at Africans and their descendants. In their new version of religion, there was only a father and his son, but no mother. These male chauvinists despised women. They removed the Divine Mother from the creation story and blamed Eve for the fall of humanity. This allowed them to make women subservient to men and to suppress the feminine energy. This led me to ask the questions: why was the Divine Mother removed from the creation story? And why did they say Eve came from Adam's rib? We'll cover this in the next video. So we have a father, a son, but no mention of a mother. Their new religions were designed to put white men in a position of power. When you understand genetics, you'll know why they felt the need to turn everything upside down and put themselves at the top. Later on in this series, you'll see why religion was used to suppress the feminine energy, particularly the black woman. Upon further investigation, I discovered that the Pope still worships the original Black Madonna and Child. It's taken 20 years for me to unindoctrinate myself from my religious beliefs and to get to the truth. The above image features in Year 2 of Journey of a Sister, which covers the history of Christianity through storytelling. In Year 8, I explain genetics and why the dark-skinned black woman is at the top of the gene pool. Start your journey of self-discovery. In Day 3, the Eve gene, I will explain why it's impossible for Eve to have been created from Adam's rib.